I live in a small town, Westside, Michigan. We don't get much around here, except a gasoline station, a generic Family Dollar, and a liquor store down the street. We still have houses that neighbor us, but you still got plenty of space. Anyways, it was a normal summer night, and my mom and I were the only ones home. I believe my mom was watching a soap opera, and I was listening to some music. It was getting pretty late. Let's say almost 1 in the morning. As I was listening to some music, my mom came into my room and tapped me on the shoulder. She said, "Do you hear that?" I tried to listen, but it was faint. It sounded like it was someone outside crying. So my mom and I opened up a window to hear it better. You could hear what appeared to be a woman crying. It sounded like it was a bit far, but close enough to know what it was. It was really bizarre. You don't quite hear stuff like that, especially at 1 o'clock in the morning. But then we heard it again. It was much closer this time. It sounded like it was down the street. My mom was kind of freaking out. She tried to ignore it, but the crying became more and more distinct. But I don't know where the crying stopped. My mom and I just looked at each other and thought it was over. But this time, the crying became a hysterical cry. It sounded like it came right outside the house. My mom called my dad, but he was still at work. But again, the crying stopped. We both looked outside the window to see if the woman was near. But my heart stood up, because we heard the same woman whispering a bunch of gibberish outside our window. I slammed down the window and told my mom to go to the kitchen and get a knife. We didn't know what this woman was capable of. She could have been dangerous. My mom did get a knife, but it was moments until we heard the girl cry again. You could hear her sob and sob, but I still couldn't see where she was. The crying was literally next to our house, but I couldn't spot her. My mom had enough of it, and she called the cops. As we both just sat there and waited, we heard that woman hysterically laugh. It was bone-chilling. My hair stood up just thinking about it. Whoever this woman was, they were either messing with us or was legit trying to get someone's help. Once my mom and I thought it would finally calm down, we hear the front door bang. My mom and I rushed to the door and see nothing. We were both in shock. Moments after, I see the police get in our driveway. My mom explained the best she could, but I could tell the cop was thinking it was just some person pranking us. Either way, I've never found out who that crying woman was, and if she will ever come back. I've been a person who doesn't believe in the paranormal. Most of the time, if I hear or see something I can't explain, I just brush it off. Well, one day in my apartment, I was setting up a dresser by a Walmart. I was alone because my girlfriend worked first shift while I worked third. Anyways, while I worked on the dresser, I got kinda hungry, so I put down the manual for the dresser. I went into the kitchen, got a PB&J sandwich, and headed back into the room. I was a bit confused because the manual wasn't where I left it. So I looked all around and the manual was underneath my bed. I thought to myself, that's strange. But like I said, I brushed it off and resumed down to the dresser. A couple of minutes passed by, and I then go to the bathroom. I do my business, come out, and this time the manual for the dresser was missing again. I felt like I was going crazy, and I looked all around again. But again, the manual was underneath the bed. I was confused. I don't know if I put it there or not, but I just grabbed the manual and resumed back to finishing of the dresser. The dresser took about 30 minutes to finish, and I felt pretty good once I completed it. Usually once you're done, you throw away anything with the product. In this case, I threw away the manual in the garbage. I picked up my tools and I cleaned up. About an hour passes by, and I'm laying on the bed watching TV. I hear a thump, very lightly but noticeable. I hear it again, and it sounds like underneath the bed. I peeked over to see if there's anything, and looked around, but all I see is the manual I had thrown away. I had goosebumps when I picked it up. There had to be someone else in here. I looked in the closet and made sure nobody was in there, and I checked the other rooms as well. Nothing. Not a trace of someone in the apartment. I went over to my living room to make sure the doors were locked. They were. I just stood there thinking if I was going crazy. I was really considering it. But as I stood there, I heard a thump, and it came from my room. I rushed in there and I didn't see anything. Now I'm on the first floor, so someone can't be making that noise from the second floor. But this is where I started to get creeped out. My closet door slowly opened, and I assumed someone was in there. I grabbed anything I could so I can confront who was in there. As I got near, all I could hear from the closet was somebody muttering under their breath. As I approached the closet, I could hear their breathing start to get heavy. I opened the closet door but didn't see anything. I pushed the hand closed to the side. I was expecting something, but nothing. I was terrified but confused. I waited for my girlfriend to get home so I could explain to her what happened. She seemed to be worried, but at the same time, she would just mess around and say it's probably a ghost. Honestly, I don't know what that was, but I can't explain it. If I ever experience anything again, I'll keep everyone posted.